I mean, we're gonna do all the paralogs. I promised we do all the regular paralogs. I'm probably done doing divine paralogs. Just because, like, I don't want this playthrough to take too long. I'm still enjoying the game, but I also, like, I'm not enjoying it enough for it to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do everything, and I want to, like, spend too much time with it. But I did say we have a ton of bond conversations to listen to as well. We'll probably do them after this paralogue. I am here mostly to buy stuff.
Welcome.
Before the next paralogue, I don't want to do like any crazy somnial stuff.
I thank you.
You can buy like elixir. We can buy elixirs now.
I thank you. I thank you.
As popular as Awakening was, the gameplay loop was awful and the story was mid. A lot of people like Awakening. I hear Awakening get, like, high praise. Fates, I hear people, like, don't like. So I know I'm not missing out on that one, but Awakening is, like, a popular one. Normally. I mean, I don't plan to play any other Fire Emblem games other than newer ones at this point. I'm not planning on it, but I mean, like, I hear good things about Awakening for the most part, but I haven't played it.
Do come again.
I hear Fates is, like, not good. It probably has a small fan base because what game doesn't, but I hear mostly negative things about Fates. Ba-ba-bum. Staff and Byleth space, so when teleports the user, yeah, take a rewarp. I don't think I need thunder anymore. Alright. I saw someone in chat say you'd like Ivy a staff, and to be honest with you, I get so lazy with item management in this game, so I just legitimately forgot to give her a staff, but now I did that. And we have an extra healer. The more healers, the better. Yes, I know the bond conversations are their game. I'm going to do Byleth's Paralogue, and then we'll watch them. Oh, I should have did the bond thing with Padrino and Tiki, and I think someone else got max bond, but oh well.
What is that? In the back there. Is that a throne?
This resembles the Holy Tomb. That's a place from my world.
What is the Holy Tomb?
It's where the goddess Sothis sleeps. For the Church of Seiros, this is the holiest place of all. To ensure the safety of the tomb, a monastery was built atop it.
Okay. So, why is it here?
Only a very few know the legend of Saint Seiros in the Holy Tomb. Saint Seiros received power and revelation from the goddess, and with it, a sacred duty. She was to save the people of Fodlan, and use her power wisely in order to lead them. Perhaps it's inevitable that we'd be guided here.
Why do you say that?
If the bond between us is to further strengthen, then you must face a trial here.
I see. And you want me to fight you, Byleth?
Show me whether you can wisely use the power you've gained on your journey so far.
Understood.
In your eyes, I see no hesitation. Good. Ready yourself.
I'm ready, and I won't hold anything back.
Let's get it. Interesting. I'm seeing Awakening being like, oh yeah, it's got problems. Normally, like, what I hear people, is it like, I guess it's like a case of like, oh, a lot of people like Awakening, but it's like overrated. Like, people, it has problems, but some people are like, oh yeah, it's amazing. Because, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really hear much about Awakening. All I know about Awakening is it's like, it has Chrom and Lucina, and also Robin. But other than that, I hear mostly like, I hear it's like one of the better Fire Emblems, and I also hear it's like the first one that gave you classic and casual as a choice, I think. But you know, I'm sure opinions vary. So I'm sure, obviously, there's people who hate games and stuff, like don't like them as much as other people. Ba-ba-bum. You know what? I want to put Yunaka with Korin.
Korin, I believe
I want to try it. I'm going to put you with Ike.
Ike, I'm ready.
Diamant, you can have Edelgard.
We shall win.
I'm going to probably switch you, take Tiki off of you because you're maxed with Tiki. I might as well get you maxed with Lucina. Like Tiban 9. You can take the Tiki.
Lady Tiki.
No one for you. Actually, am I using the same people for this? Probably. Depending on the units here. Oh, we got Demonic Beast to fight here. That's cool. That's cool. Classic 3 houses. There's Byleth. Sword of the Creator. That's a classic. There's a couple of mages. Yeah, this is fine for our team. We can just go with the same team. So now we have 3 physic users, or 2 physic users. Because we have Pandreo and Ivy, which is nice. That's good. I think we're fine.
To win the fight, keep your eyes wide. Always know where your enemies are.
What are those things scattered around the battlefield?
Those are my targets, and I will destroy them. Unless you can prevent me from doing so.
I'll guard them well.
Stop Byleth from destroying the crystals. You earn rewards depending on how many crystals you can protect. No promises. I'll do my best. Defeat Emblem Byleth. I have friends who don't like Trail series because they played FC and got really bored with the pacing data gameplay. I was actually recording. I recorded like my thoughts on Sky 2 because I made a video just in case people were curious on my opinions of the endings, and I mentioned that if I played FC before I played like Cold Steel, I probably wouldn't be as invested in the Trail series, so I can definitely see that. FC wasn't like a bad game, but it was like fine. FC on its own was like
I will obey.
fine. And I really feel like the main reason I want to play most of the Trails games is because I played Cold Steel 1 and 2. And that made me be like, oh yeah, I want to go back to the older ones and get all the references and such. I can honestly agree with that sentiment. Even though playing FC is the best way to start because, you know, it's the beginning of the Trails arc. I can definitely see, I can see that opinion.
I'm ready.
Oh, this music. There we go. Do this, and then have Tamara hit, maybe? Oh, easy crit.
A proud victory.
Never mind. Yo, 3 Houses has such good music. I love it. I was trying to think of an example of a game that's, like, overrated that I'm like, yeah, it's good, but not amazing. The first one that comes to mind is, like, Tales of Vesperia. I like Tales of Vesperia, but people say, like, oh, it's the best Tales game ever. I don't think Vesperia is that great. It's a good game. I like Vesperia, but it's far from my favorite Tales of game. But it's very much overrated.
I'm your knight to command.
Very overrated. Like, people treat Vesperia like it's the best thing ever. It's not that great. It's a Tales game, so it's good. It's definitely, it's not great, though. Vesperia is not even in, like, my top 5 Tales games, like, at all. I still like the game, but it's definitely not all that. Like, it's not as good as, like, Xillia, Graces, Arise, Berseria, Abyss, even. I like Symphonia more than Vesperia. I mean, Vesperia has, like, the best protagonist, but that's about it. Like, Yuri is amazing, but other than that, like, everything else, I think it's overrated, personally. That being said, I still think it's a good game.
Ha, thank you.
Got about halfway and dropped it. Vesperia has, like, the gameplay has some issues, mostly. It's a Tales game, so it's not bad, but it has problems. There's a couple of gameplay issues in Vesperia that I'm not a fan of, which is why I'm like, it's not all that, but it's still a good game, I think. I like Vesperia. I'm definitely not trying to say it's bad. I like Vesperia. It's just people treat it like the best Tales game ever. I don't think it's, like, close to the best Tales game ever. And the story is also, like, not that good, but the characters are good, so I guess that kind of makes up for it, but... Especially Yuri, but the story in Vesperia and the villains are very weak. So, yeah. I mean, either way, it's a Tales game, and I love Tales of, so it's still good. Maybe great for me, but it's definitely not, like, my favorite Tales game. And it's also, like, people, I think people overhype it a little bit.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Like, I would rather play literally, not every other Tales game, but there's so many other Tales games I would rather play. The only one I would put Vesperia over, like, I would put it over Hearts, and obviously Destiny and the older ones. I don't know if I'd put it over Xillia 2, to be honest. It's tough. The gameplay, I'd probably prefer Xillia 2, but I don't think I would put... I don't know, it's tough, but...
Just a scratch.
It's probably in, like, the middle of my Tales of rankings. Like, it's still good, but it's definitely not all that. Hey, dodge. Combat wasn't my favorite. Story was rather bland. I can agree about the story being bland. The story's not interesting. I mean, I care more about characters, and I think the characters were pretty good in Vesperia.
Cheers.
So, I didn't really care all that much about the story, but the story definitely has problems, yeah. As for the gameplay, I mean... You also don't really like action games, right, Flagon? I think you, like, only play turn-based games. If I remember right. But don't get me wrong, the gameplay has issues. Even me as a Tales of fan, the gameplay definitely has issues.
Quick change.
For sure. Bon. Carol was annoying, Estelle wasn't super interesting. I love the cast of Vesperia. Except Patty. I find Patty annoying. Patty's annoying, and Carol's like my second least favorite, but the rest of the characters I really like. They're not my favorite Tales of cast, but they're great. I like their guild group.
That's how a princess does it.
It's like, honestly, the best thing about Vesperia is probably the characters. If I think back on it, Yuri specifically as a protagonist is like the best thing about Vesperia. And Rapide, the dog. Of course I love Rapide. Rapide's great. So while I somewhat understand why Vesperia gets the love it does, I definitely don't really think it deserves that much. Because it is flawed, despite being a Tales of game, and also, like, you know, not the best thing ever. This is like the map we played.
Ooh, I just spotted a rare bug.
This is like the map we played in one of the... We did something similar like this in Three Houses, didn't we? Like, we had to protect gems. This is reminiscent of that, I think. Speaking of Tales of, I'm excited to play Xillia 2 in like probably the next week whenever I finish Final Fantasy 16. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I have not played Xillia 2 in like 5 years. Silver bow here? I could... Actually, maybe... No, longbow wouldn't work there. Just have Diamant approach. And do something. Yeah, Brave Sword. I only take 3 damage. Thought Patty was a decent character? No, Patty's only redeeming quality is in gameplay. As a character, I find her very annoying, and also, the twist they did with her was stupid.
My turn.
Also, she's annoying. And when you and when you hear about the twist, it just makes her actual character like a lot worse. It just like ruins it for me. Because Ifrit is such a really cool thing in the Tales of universe. And they just ruined it by being like, oh, Patty's basically Ifrit, etc. It was really stupid. It should have just kept it like, oh, she was related to Ifrit, which that's what they made you believe until you find out she's Ifrit. By the way, I'm spoiling Vesperia, but I played the game like many times in my playthroughs on YouTube, so I don't care. But, yeah, what they did with it was stupid. Making her related to Ifrit, cool. Kind of like Chat from Tales of Eternia, but making her Ifrit is stupid. And still doesn't really make sense to me. Like, at all. So that's why Patty's my least favorite character. And just her personality is very annoying. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Flynn was pretty cool. One of the best things they did with Definitive Edition was making Flynn like a full party member, even though, I mean, again, I think they couldn't really make him available all the time because he has such a role in the story. So they did what they could. Yeah, making Flynn a permanent party member was great. Especially because in the 360 version, you get him for like one battle.
I won't flinch.
You won't flinch, huh? Ooh, there's mages back there? Oh no. Can hit you with L Thunder. Three Houses music does not get any better than this. Love it. Unless it's Three Hopes. Three Hopes had a banger OST. Why do I have this thunder here?
Does it?
Ooh, mage is targeting you, very bad. A Diamant can reach one. I think it'll be fine, maybe. 19 times 2 is 38, right? I'll kill you here.
I'll help.
Yeah, okay.
Victory is mine.
By the way, map's going fine right now, but when the beasts come into play, it's probably going to get a lot worse. And I have to think more about what I'm doing.